we are very happy to be here to talk about our recent study on community money and human psychology. My name is Kenichi Kurita. We are from Japan. They are co-authors. His name is Masayuki Yoshida. He studies at JOS Educational University in Japan. He is very interested in developing community money games. His name is Yoshihisa Miyazaki. He lives in Otaru, in Hokkaido. In Otaru City, he is very interested in developing electronic community money being introduced in Otaru City. Today we'd like to talk about the relationship human psychology and community money. We focus on motivation provided by community money. Our presentation mainly consists of 5 parts. First of all, we will show you a brief case of community money in Japan. We will talk about different perception of people for community money. And second, research questions and hypotheses. Our question is that what kind of voluntary workers are motivated by community money? And our hypothesis, our perception for reward has a big impact on the perception of community money. And third, methods and the object of our study. As a questionnaire, we have conducted a questionnaire about the relationship between perception for reward and motivation. And fourth, results, perception for reward to affect whether or not the community money provide motivation. And finally, conclusion. We'll talk about the importance of perception for reward for the promotion of the community money circulation. So let me show you community money in Japan. So many types of community money are introduced in Japan. The most popular type is one can be used commercial transaction and non-commercial transactions. Commercial transactions mean you can buy community money such as local shop or exchange for basket and paying for the fee of taxes. And non-commercial transactions mean you can use community money for voluntary activities and for mutual aid in return for help. Commercial transactions mean monetary transactions. Non-commercial transactions mean non-monetary transactions. Usually, both fields are separate sharply. Community money in Japan is introduced to integrate 2 types of transactions. So community money organizers try to distribute it for voluntary workers more often and develop a new relationship among local residents. So they host the many events for voluntary workers to get community money. Events include communal cleaning or help for festivals or gardening and so on. If voluntary workers take part in this kind of activities, they can get community money. But recent field studies suggested community money can provide motivation for some voluntary workers. Some voluntary workers think community money can provide motivation for taking part in voluntary work. But on the contrary, some voluntary workers don't think community money can provide motivation for taking part in voluntary activities. So I'd like to know why there are two types of voluntary workers who have different perceptions for community money. Our research question, what kind of voluntary workers become motivated by community money? We think people's psychology is important for community money. If more people have a good feeling about community money, they try to receive community money and use it in the communities. So, in this case, community money can be used more widely in the communities. On the contrary, if more people have a bad feeling about community money, they don't try to receive community money and use it in the communities. In the case, community money can't be used more widely in the communities. The different perceptions for community money might help us to develop how to distribute it more widely in the communities. When we tackle with the problem, we think a perception for reward is very important. The voluntary workers, some voluntary workers think you should receive any reward. On the contrary, some voluntary workers, you should not receive any reward. We think different perception for reward have a great impact on perception for community money. People who are oriented towards reward have a good feeling community money. In the case, voluntary workers are motivated by receiving community money. However, people who are not oriented towards reward have a bad feeling community money. In the case, they are not be motivated by receiving community money. A perception for reward might impact on whether or not community money can provide motivation for the voluntary workers. So, our hypothesis, community money can provide a motivation for the people who are oriented toward a reward. We conducted a questionnaire on perception for reward. We are asked the people the relationship between the different rewards for the voluntary work and motivation provided by the rewards. In the question, we asked the respondents if you would participate in voluntary work or help was already, what kind of reward motivates you more? Questionnaire. First question. The respondents can select which of two rewards. The respondents can select the best one. The second question is about verbal thank you and certificate of appreciation and a cake. The third question, verbal thank you and a certificate of appreciation and a cake and community money. And fourth, a verbal thank you and a certificate of appreciation. Third, a cake and community money and money. By adding some rewards gradually, we can identify the perception for reward of people who chose the third option, the community money. We conducted a questionnaire into the city in Saitama, Japan. To the all circulating into the city, Japan. To the all has about 10 years history. To the all is managed by the voluntary committee. The denomination of community money are 10 and 100. To the all is a paper type of community money. To the all it's used, can be used in commercial transactions. Commercial transactions include using at the local shops, using at the local festivals, and so on. To the all can be used non-commercial transactions. Non-commercial transactions include reward for voluntary activities, mutual help for children, educational programs. We conducted a questionnaire, 94 people who came to 2 local festivals. We focused on 84 people who know about the O in our analysis. This figure shows selection tree. The first row is about first question. And second row is about second question. And third row is about third question. But we can show you the figures as a whole on only one slide. So that's why if we and this previous one and this we can show you the entire graph. Wait a minute. For example, words of thanks. If people select words of thanks in first question, and second words of thanks in the second question, and words of thanks in third question, accounts for about 20% of all respondents. If people select words of thanks, question 1, and question 2, certificate, and third, community money, accounts for about 5% of all respondents. We can know from the graph there are 2 types of people. One type select words of thanks, words of thanks, words of thanks. These figures account for 20% of all respondents. These people are not oriented to any rules because they selected words of thanks, words of thanks, words of thanks. On the contrary, we can know the other group. The type of group select words of thanks and certificate and community money account for 5%. And words of thanks, cake, community money about 10%. And certificate, community money accounted for 10%. And certificate, cake, community money accounted for 90%. This kind of people are oriented any reward because they have a choice about certificate or cake. Certificate or cake or any reward. One type consistently likes no reward for the voluntary work was help for the others. Second type changes the preference from thing or food to community money. Next, will show you the cross-tabulation table. This cross-tabulation table shows the relationship between perception for reward and selection of community money. We consider the people who chose thanks in both question 1 and question 2 to be not to be oriented to any reward. We can call this type of people no reward group. On the contrary, by reward group, we consider the people who selected cake or certificate to be oriented any reward. We can call this kind of people reward group. This cross-tabulation table shows no reward group select chose community money. And these figures is about 37%. Reward group selected chose community money, about 63%. From this, community money tends to become an incentive for the reward group. By contrast, it can't be an incentive for the non-reward group. Previous research has suggested money sometimes undermine the people, the motivation for taking part in the voluntary activities. For example, money sometimes undermines motivation for participating in voluntary activities. Money sometimes destroys the relation among the people. So what about community money? New type of money known as community money does not necessarily undermine the motivation of voluntary workers. Community money can provide motivation for reward group. In contrast, community money can't provide motivation for no reward group. Community money is motivating for the reward group who are oriented towards activities offering reward. So, conclusion. This result is very important for practitioners. If they try to issue community money in the communities, they think the voluntary workers will be glad to receive community money and use it in the communities. Of course, they think they take it for granted that voluntary workers receive community money and use it. But our research shows that community money don't always provide motivation for some voluntary workers. In contrast, community money can provide motivation. So, community money issuers need to take into account the differences in perception or reward among voluntary workers. They need to make efforts to change the preference of those who are not oriented towards any reward. And also, it may be also be necessary to devise a circulation scheme which fits in with the people's sense of value. We'd like to thank to the whole committee and the respondents for the assistance of our research. Thank you. Welcome. Any questions? Please give me some suggestions.
How do you came to the previous conclusion on the previous slide? You cited Frey, I guess. The previous slide.
Previous slide. Okay. No.
The one with Bruno Frey on it, with the if money can disturb the motivation.
Switch on. This right?
No, it's the one. It's
second
the
last.
one.
I think it's
Second
second
one.
last.
Yeah.
Second last.
最後から2番目。Sorry.
How do you came to that conclusion? The new type of money balance community.
Yes. This sentence is
Yeah.
one of the conclusion.
Oh, I wanted to know what the reasoning or how do you came to that conclusion because I missed that.
Previous research studied money destroy the motivation for voluntary workers. But we'd like to know about whether or not community money can destroy the motivation for voluntary workers. So that's why we conducted a questionnaire about community money. From our results, community money can't always destroy the motivation for voluntary workers. But community money can provide motivation for some voluntary workers. We can find the two types of people in the communities. This is our conclusion.
When you talk about the two types of
Yeah.
people, I think there are two types of volunteer workers. If you work voluntarily, you don't want to get anything because this is volunteer. They think this is right for them. If they get something, this is not volunteer. So you should explain there are two kinds of volunteer workers. One is non-compensatory volunteer workers, and the other one is compensatory volunteer workers. Is that correct?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you wanted to say that community tenancy really doesn't work for the volunteer worker who doesn't want anything, any materials in any money, any reward,
Yes.
except the
voluntary-
work.
Yeah, when we interview with some voluntary workers, they hesitate to receive any reward.
But I think
Yeah.
there is a inconsistency with this previous work and your conclusion. I think the previous works say that the internal will of the people, the motivation is destroyed by money reward. But you say the people oriented to the reward, money or cake or something, is motivated by community currency, community money. But the internal motivated people, like the said Sant from the others, is not motivated. This is consistent with the money result of money. So therefore, you are conclude. I also couldn't understand the reason why you say this conclusion. But I think inconsistent.
Yes.
And your result is consistent with the money result.
Money. Previous research, money destroy every voluntary workers. Motivation of every voluntary workers. But community money can community money destroy the motivation for some voluntary workers. In contrast, community money can create a motivation for other voluntary workers. So we can find
So in the previous research, so they also divide the volunteer workers into two, the self-motivated and externally motivated. Did they?
Yeah, yes.
So I think you you should say more precisely. You can say so. Does not necessarily is very weak. So you can say the community money does not destroy the externally motivated voluntary workers. Internally motivated worker also,
Yeah.
but they destroy their motivation.
Yes. Thank you for your suggestion. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if you distributed this questionnaire among non-volunteers, because I would like to know if community money motivates non-volunteers to volunteer, or if you can do that in a next exercise, I don't know.
I'm sorry, but we can't ask for the people who not volunteer or not. So
You only ask the volunteer people?
yes. So this is a weak point of our research. Okay, so try to make another questionnaire in the future.
So the receiving the word thanks from others is somehow is a kind of reward. But you look into the non-reward oriented people.
We simply divide no reward and reward. No reward as no tangible thing.
It is compatible with the other previous researches, especially in the behavioral economists study this point very much.
Okay.
Is it compatible?
Compatible.
Same criteria for the.
Same criteria. Yeah, I think so. Same criteria.
Okay.
Excuse me. We are running out of time. I'm
Thank you.
afraid I will have to give the word to the next.
Thank you.